If you haven't got multiplayer, or you're just someone who spends most of their time on Warzone and you want to rank up the battle pass as quickly as possible, this video is for you. The first thing to know is that ranking up battle pass tiers is based around XP and time. Roughly, it appears that every minute you play is about 1% of a battle pass tier, and every 1000 XP you gain is about 1% as well. Which doesn't sound like much, but add that up over the course of a match and you can fly up tiers, especially if you do certain things within those matches. For example, in a 20-minute match, you'll get about 20% of a tier even if you don't do anything else in that game. But in Warzone, if you lasted 20 minutes of course, you'd be getting XP bonuses for outlasting a bunch of people and things like that. So more kills and winning games is the way to go. Easy, right? It's obviously harder said than done. But you can do things to improve your chances of killing more people and winning more. One of them is to play in squads with your friends. This way it's just easier and less risky to be more adventurous and push people and pick up kills for XP. Aside from the obvious killing and winning more, there's plenty of things we can do to advance the XP we get per match. For example, we can do contracts such as bounties, scavengers, most wanteds, and supply runs, where you can get varying amounts of XP for completing them. The most wanted contracts offer a whopping 1400 XP just for completing one of them. In addition to these, there are also contraband contracts, which you can get a bunch of XP for, but obviously these are much rarer and most importantly, riskier to complete. So unless you're with a solid squad and you're sure you can complete it, I honestly wouldn't bother. Especially when you can just do standard contracts and complete them much easier. Now the good thing about completing contracts is that they multiply for each one you complete. So the more you do in one game, the more bonuses you get, which then gives you more standard XP, more weapon XP, and more cash in game to increase your chances of winning. Another great way to boost your XP is to complete challenges, daily challenges, and missions. I know a lot of people gloss over this because the rewards often aren't great. I mean, who wants to piss around with a shotgun on Warzone just to unlock a blueprint of an SMG with a thermal scope on it or something, right? Well, I'm with you. Don't do those ones. They're probably just gonna hinder your tiering up progress and probably make you delete the game and open a cheese farm in Macedonia. But there are some easier challenges and missions you can do in Warzone which won't make you crave the Macedonian dairy life and will just be a part of your normal games. For example, some missions are just to start a contract in certain areas of the map or get kills with ARs, SMGs and LMGs and things like that. On the same kind of vibe, there's also intel missions, which give you a load of XP too, and for these you don't even have to be good at the game, which is always nice. In case you don't know, these are a string of story missions that you complete by searching for intel in various parts of the Verdansk map. Unfortunately, you can only do one segment per game, but they're really worth doing. You get varying levels of XP per segment you complete, from 2500 XP to 5 to 10,000 XP, as well as a final reward for completing the bunch of them. If you haven't done them from Season 4 yet, then you can still do them now in Season 5. Although you can't do the same string of intel missions in one game, you can actually progress different intel missions in the same game. So if you do have those Season 4 intel missions still to do, you are gonna absolutely fly through the tiers initially with these. Finally, on the topic of challenges and missions, there are now mastery challenges for Warzone. Although these are a little longer to complete, it's worth keeping an eye on them as they give big XP payouts and many are tiered. So say you win X amount of Warzone games, you'll get your reward, and then you can progress to another milestone and another reward. Some of them are easier than others of course, with some being about straight up wins, whilst others are things like blow up vehicles with C4 whilst 3 or more enemies are in it. These are worth keeping in mind when you're in games though, as just one good move can rack up big progress for those tiers. A good way of picking up a lot of kills and potentially completing your challenges or missions is to play the game mode Plunder. This mode allows you to spawn in with your weapons and most importantly, you can respawn as well. So you're going to be in this game mode for a while, which already means a bunch of XP, then you can get a whole load of kills for XP too. But really I'd recommend Plunder most for doing challenges and missions unless you already play Plunder as your favoured game mode. The last big piece of advice I'm going to give you for getting that XP, which will boost your Battle Pass tiers, is to do trials. Trials, if you don't know already, are mini game challenges which are great for getting lots of XP in a short amount of time. Previously these trials were only available for full Modern Warfare game owners, but thankfully now they're available for free to play Warzone players too. If you haven't done any yet, you can retrospectively do them for past seasons too, so there's lots of reasonably easy XP to pick up quickly. A final point to make is that all of this can be hurried along by enabling double XP tokens and of course targeting these progression techniques at double XP and double tier XP weekends. That's all I have for this video. I hope it helps you get up those tiers quicker and unlock the great skins we have this season, or of course the new weapons, or even just get coins to buy the Battle Pass. If you did find this video helpful, give it a like, it really does help the channel out, and if you want to see more Call of Duty videos, why don't you subscribe? Bye for now.